Mississippi statesmen have a long and distinguished history in the U.S. Congress. Tonight, we salute 22 years of remarkable service to the state and nation by honoring Mississippi's senior senator, Thad Cochran. Thad Cochran was born in Pontotoc, Mississippi, December 7, 1937. His mother and father were educators, instilling a sense of service to the community in young Thad. When he enrolled at Ole Miss, that sense of community stayed with him. He was selected for membership in the Omicron Delta Kappa, a national honorary leadership fraternity. He was president of his social fraternity, vice president of the student body, and even saved time for cheering Ole Miss teams on to victory as head cheerleader. He was company commander in the Navy ROTC, and upon graduation was commissioned an ensign in the U.S. Naval Reserve, serving our country aboard the USS Macon. In 1961, Thad entered the School of Law at the University of Mississippi. Again, honors followed. He was elected chairman of the Honor Council and served on the editorial board of the Mississippi Law Journal. His grade point average during law school was the third highest earned by any student in the decade of the 1960s.
I was very serious, probably too serious, no fun at all.
But he was adventuresome and fun enough to accept a Rotary Foundation graduate fellowship, which took him to Trinity College at the University of Dublin in Ireland. There he won the Hillary Term Moot Court competition sponsored by the Dublin Law Society. During this swirl of activity, Thad also found time to fall in love, marrying Rose Clayton, who graduated from Ole Miss in 1963. They have two children, Clayton and Kate. He joined the law firm of Watkins & Eager in Jackson, making partner in only 2.5 years. His commitment to service was reflected in his election as president of the Young Lawyers Division of the Mississippi Bar. He was named Jackson's Young Man of the Year by the Jaycees and worked tirelessly for organizations ranging from Jackson's Men's Y Club to the board of the Mississippi Opera. Then public service called.
I remember when I first got a call from Mike Allred at my home one Sunday afternoon. He asked if I had thought about the open congressional seat in our district that had been caused by Congressman Charlie Griffin announcing that he was not going to seek re-election. And I told him that I had actually already thought about being a candidate, but had pretty much decided against it.
However, in 1972, at the age of 34, Thad Cochran was elected to Congress. His hard work in our nation's capital for Mississippi brought him re-election in 1974 and 1976. In both races, Congressman Cochran garnered more than 70% of the vote. In 1978, Thad Cochran became a United States Senator, the first Republican in over 100 years to win a statewide election in Mississippi. Senator Cochran is the third highest-ranking leader in the Senate as chairman of the Senate Republican Conference. He chairs the Agriculture Appropriations Subcommittee, the Agriculture Subcommittee on Production, and is second ranking on the Defense Appropriations Subcommittee. His legislative work in agriculture, the environment, defense, and education have won him the respect and admiration of his colleagues in Washington and his fellow Mississippians.
As an exchange student one time myself with a Rotary Foundation fellowship, I really appreciate now the importance of people communicating who are from different countries, different cultures, and that this is a real important step toward world peace and understanding between nations. And so I'm glad I had a chance to sponsor a fellowship program that's administered now by the Department of Agriculture.
His role as Mississippi's senior senator makes Thad Cochran's papers a key contribution to the Mississippi Congressional Archives.
It's so appealing to me to have a center in Mississippi where people can go and do research and learn more about the actual details of the careers of members of Congress who've served from our state.
The archives will also house the papers of other Mississippians, including Congressman Jamie Whitten, Senator James Eastland, Congressman John Rankin, Tom Abernathy, and Will Whittington, along with House doorkeeper William Fishbait Miller. Senator Thad Cochran embodies the legacy of a long line of distinguished statesmen from Mississippi. In the words of another famous man of letters from Mississippi, William Faulkner wrote of a spirit that sums up the man we honor tonight. He has a soul, a spirit capable of compassion and sacrifice and endurance.
I'm truly grateful for the opportunity to serve here representing Mississippi. But my advice to others who are interested in a career in politics is probably don't concentrate too early on getting in good with everybody. You have to be able to listen well too and pay attention to what you hear from people. They have a right to be heard. They have a right to have a voice in their own government, in our system, and you can't ever forget that you're not here to tell people what to think or how to do, what they ought to do. You're here to represent their interests in the best way you possibly can.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the senior senator from Mississippi, the Honorable Thad Cochran.